Riese is the final map in World at War that I have not discussed. Let me say, it's not because I think it's a bad map, it's just, out of all of them, it's not my favorite. But let's do what we usually do, get into the pros and cons, and if you've been watching my zombies talk about series, I guess we can call it, you'll know that I don't exactly have a full setup for this yet, so I'm not sure. It's going to be a little all over the place. I might reference other Call of Duties, I might get a little off track, but for the majority, it's going to be me talking about this map. Now, the map design, I think, is incredible. I talked with a viewer about this on a live stream, the gaming mods, a couple weeks ago, and I thought that it was Blundell that jumped into action on the start of this map, but he said it was a different one, and I still haven't looked that up, so I couldn't tell you. Wayne, could you put on screen if Blundell had anything to do with this map? But yeah, now let's get into it. I think the pros of this map is, like I said, the design. It's really unique, and I feel like technically all the World at War maps are, because they're the first four maps. Especially, where is it? Oh yeah, that PNG of the moon. If you have a sniper and you zoom in, you can see it's a cutout PNG, but that's okay. I like that. I think it's a nice touch. But this was notable because it is the first map to introduce the Pack-a-Punch system, and it'll go down in history as one of the easiest to activate. Some of them are unnecessarily hard, some of them are fairly easy, but this I definitely would say is one of the easier ones to get, and it really introduced a whole new side of zombies. Like, people started upgrading the weapons and seeing that high rounds were about to be way more achievable than ever before. And granted, people were doing high round runs before this map, but not as often. It was still when zombies was a fairly small community. But it did pick up over time, and I think this is really a lot to thank for it, because it has the Pack-a-Punch. I feel like the characters are more fleshed out in this one, although I think Shino Numa had official characters. I'm pretty sure Verruct doesn't. I'm not positive. I'll have to go back and look at it, but regardless, I feel like they really started to flesh them out here, and not so much in terms of story, but who the characters are themselves, like their personalities. And I think it was a good way to end off this game's zombies. Now, if you know Call of Duty Zombies trivia, you'll know that this originally wasn't intended to be the final zombie map in this game. The original zombie map, to end it all off, was supposed to be Kino, but due to time constraints and budget, we didn't get that. Although it's unfortunate, and it does look really good in Black Ops 1, and I think it works really well with that one. I would have really liked to see what it would have looked like with these graphics. I mean, if I want to, I can just play Black Ops Zombies on the Wii, but we don't talk about that. Now, zombies, like I said, I feel like it got fleshed out here, but without this map, we wouldn't really have the same basis that we do today. I feel like, because this has an Easter egg song in it, and I think the other ones do too, but Beauty of Annihilation is one of my all-time favorites. The Black Ops 3 remix is okay, but it's not my favorite. I definitely prefer the classic version over it. But yeah, those are the positives. Now let's get into the negatives, which is definitely a little biased on my end, but I feel like talking about them anyway because this is my video and I can do what I want. You're not my dad, you can't tell me what to do. But but yeah, I think the only con is this map I feel gets repetitive quick, depending on how you play. I think, who was it? It wasn't T. Martin. He used to have long hair. Someone I used to watch do high rounds on these maps would do a strat where he'd get the Wunderwaffe and he would train in that area. this area right there. Um, and he would hit like high rounds, like rounds that seemed impossible to little 11-year-old Nick. But it was really cool. Or you can play like an absolute Chad and sit up there. But yeah, just the repetitiveness. And I had a friend who in high school, when they released Giant, or maybe that was middle school. It was middle school. When they released Giant, that's the only map he wanted to play. And, you know, we're still good friends to this day, but Tommy, you done ruined Riese for me, and I'll never forgive you for that. So, that's all. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't have too much to say about this map. It's got cool design. It's when it brought the Pack-a-Punch, so you have to give it merit for that. And I feel like it just changed the whole game up. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're having a good day. If you're watching early on, have a good rest of your day. See you in the next one, and I hope you join the live a little later today to see some more zombies. We'll be playing a lot of Zombies Chronicles. So, see ya!